Okay, here we are for part 2. All right, so we just got done underlining our question, circling our information. So how many new animals does the zoo have? We know that they have new tigers. We know they have new lions. I'm going to draw counters for this one. I think drawing a picture is too hard. Those animals are too hard to draw. I'm going to draw little circles. Now you just have to make sure your circles look different. And if you don't have 2-color crayons, that's fine. There's other ways to do it. I'm going to start with 5 open circles. So my 5 new tigers are going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 new tigers. Okay. All right. Now, I also have to show that I have new lions. I have 3 of them. So I'm going to draw, these circles have to look different. So I'm going to color these circles in. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 new lions. All right. So that was pretty easy. So now the question is, how many new animals does the zoo have? I just need to count them, right? Because I can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 new animals. So remember, they didn't ask for new tigers or new lions. They asked for all the new animals, and those are both animals, so we have to put them together. Okay? So 8 new animals. That was so easy. All right, let's try another one. And remember, you do not need to take pictures of these, but I do want you to practice drawing with me, so make sure you have that board. All right, here's the next one. Now, this one might be a little tricky. Let's see. Here we go. Here's our new one. So read it once, read it twice. Here we go. Ready, begin. Mona's dog had 3 puppies. How many dogs does Mona have now? It's a short question, isn't it? A short problem. So let's read it one more time. Read it once, read it twice. Ready, begin. Mona's dog had 3 puppies. How many dogs does Mona have now? This one's a little tricky. Well, I know that Mona has a dog, and that dog had little baby dogs, right? Because puppies are baby dogs. So we got to remember that they are dogs, even though they're called puppies. So, I know Mona has a dog, and then 3 puppies are born. I'm going to try counting on. Oh, we got to first do our underline the question, circle the information. So I'm looking for that question mark, and I see the how many. How many? That's a question word. So we're going to underline the question. Now, this is the tricky part. What do we know? We know that Mona has a dog. 1 dog, right? And we know that there were 3 puppies. That dog had 3 puppies, and those 3 puppies are also dogs, right? Because they're asking us how many dogs does she have now? And that question now kind of tells us after she had the puppies, right? Now, not before, right? So, I know that she had a dog. So I'm going to do a counting on strategy. I know, I'm going to put my little bubble here, that she started with 1 dog. And I know that she had 3 puppies. So I'm going to draw 3 lines. And I know that this number is going to get bigger because she's having puppies, so we have more dogs, right? All right, so I'm going to put 1 in my head, cha-ching, cha-ching, 1, 1, 1. Remember, we're going to count on 3. Okay, so we go 1, 1, 1, 2 comes after 1, and then 3, and then 4. So how many dogs does she have now? She has 4 dogs now. That was a little tricky because some of you might have forgotten about the dog, right? Some of you think the puppies and then you forget to add the dog. That was a little tricky. But that's the way to show that you're counting on. You had a dog and then the dog had 3 puppies. So we counted on to 4. All right, let's look at one more example. Again, we're just starting to learn about this, so don't feel frustrated if you're a little confused. We're going to be practicing this a lot more in Unit 2. All right, here's my last one here. Read it once, read it twice. All right, so this one's a little bit tricky because it's long, lots of words. Got to try to get through all those words. Here we go. Ready? Begin. Mary belongs to a children's club. Each time she goes to the club, she pays $1. This is a dollar symbol. $1. So those are the paper bills that your parents might give you every once in a while. Last week, she went on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. How much money did Mary spend last week for the club? Whew, lots of words. Read it once, read it twice. Let's do that again. Now we're really thinking about the math. Mary belongs to a children's club. Each time she goes to the club, she pays $1. Last week, she went on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. How much money did Mary spend last week for the club? All right, underline the question, circle the information. All right, I'm looking for the question mark. And usually it's near the end. Not always, but usually. I see that question mark right there. And I see this time it's not how many, it's how much money. Still the word how. So that's my question word. I'm going to, how much money did Mary spend last week at the club? Ooh, What's the information they gave us? We know that she's going to a children's club, but that doesn't have any numbers in it. So I'm not going to circle that part. Now, I do know each time she goes, she pays $1. So I'm going to circle each time because I think that that's an important word. We know that each and every time she goes, she pays $1. That's important. We know she gives $1. All right, now this gives us some more information, and I think it is going to help us figure out the numbers. Last week, she went on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So she went on, we know that each time she goes, and this is when she went, this is when she goes, okay? She went on Monday, she went on Tuesday, and we know she went on Friday. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of information there, isn't it? Okay, this is a lot of information, and I know the calendar. We've been working on calendar a lot. I'm going to draw a picture for this one. Sometimes pictures are not always just of animals and people. Sometimes pictures might be of a calendar, and we've been working on the calendar every day lately, right? So, and I remember that the calendar has the days of the week going across the top, doesn't it? So, I'm trying to think. This would be Sunday. I'm going to draw a line going across. These are my days of the week across. The next day, think about your days of the week song. Then we go Monday. And then we go Tuesday. I'm abbreviating these so I can get them to fit in the box. This would be Wednesday. The next day would be Thursday. And then the next day would be Friday. And the next day is Saturday. And the weekend is over here. So she doesn't go, it doesn't look like she goes during the weekend, right? It doesn't look like she goes there. All right. And it says last week she went on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So how much does she pay each time? She pays $1 each time. So I know that she went on Monday, that's $1. And she went on Tuesday, that's another $1. And then she went on Friday, that's another $1. So now I just need to count those up. She did not go on Wednesday. She did not go on Thursday. So now I know she did $1, $2, $3. So she spent $3 last week going to the club. How much money did she spend last week for the club? $3. So that's just another way. Now I could have solved this a different way. I could have just done counters. I could have done a number line. Lots of different ways. I chose to draw a picture that time. All right, let's erase all of this, and I'm going to show you quickly what I want you to do for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the takeaway number models. So today we're looking at addition. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the takeaways, okay? So let's look at our, let's look at our grid for today. So you will notice here that it kind of shows all of the instructions here. I have to update this a little bit because we're only doing addition today. But you will notice that I want you to go get your math workbook. We're going to do our first page, and it's super easy. It's page 2. It's just something we should have done a while ago, and I didn't do, and it is a dot-to-dot paper. Okay, so you'll see it looks like it's going to be a dinosaur, right? And you need to start at 1, or start at start right down here and go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You got to count your numbers in order. When you're all done, it should look like a dinosaur. If you want to color it, you can. You don't have to. You just need to make sure to take a picture of your dot to dot. That's part of your turn in today. Okay, so super easy. But the other thing I want you to do is play a game. And this game is called Bunny Hop. And this is all about using your number lines and practicing your hopping skills back over to more and then all the way back to 0. And you can see down here, I attached the link to the instructions. So this explains how to play the game, okay? And I also gave you a link to these number lines if you want them. If you don't want them, you can get the number lines out of here and just use these. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can use your marker on them and wipe it off, or you can use a little counter to kind of move your counter around, or just use your finger. But you have to mark it in some way. But these are the number lines if you want to print one of them off. Now, there are 2 different kinds you'll notice in this document. Page 1 has just from 0 to 10. So they basically have to roll the dice, and they have to count and hop. They have to go get the carrot. Once they have the carrot, they have to make their way back, and they have to get the exact number to get back into their hole. But let's say you want a bigger challenge. You could print off your one here that goes all the way to 20, or you can use the one in your binder that goes all the way to 20. You could cut out a little pointer like this if you want to. You could even just cut out a plain piece of paper and just make it pointy as your marker, whatever you want to do. And you can start at the 0 here and hop all the way to 20 to get the carrot, and then hop all the way back and get in the hole. Now remember, if you are here on number 3, and that means you need 1, 2, 3 hops to get into the hole. If you get a 5, you lose your turn because you can't do 5 hops if there's only 3 hops to go. Okay? So you lose your turn. And you can play this with a family member. You can play this with a friend. You can even play with your teddy bear and pretend that your teddy bear is playing with you. Either way. But I want you to play this for, maybe 15 minutes. Get some good practice in on your number line hopping. Okay? Make sure that you are counting each hop. We're not counting the dots. We're counting each little bump you make when you hop. Okay? And when you're all done playing bunny hop, you just take a picture of your workbook page and upload that to the Google Classroom. All right, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow, and we will be learning some subtraction strategies. Have a good night.